Radio, KNTR, come to show. Play some old record from long time ago. Maybe learn a little something that you didn't know. Tune into the tunes that make you tap your toes. Sunday morning classics with your cup of joe. Absolutely all the oldie audio. It's your rope walker radio. Rope walker radio. Well, hello, howdy, neighbor, and welcome to the radio show. I'm glad you came up and we can have this little visit. You are my neighbor, you know, and I like you pretty much just the way you are. Today we're going to talk about neighbors and what makes a good neighbor, and after a while we're going to go behind the scenes of the big radio show. Right now, we're going to get into the music. Our first song is by Wanda Jackson. Here's a word for you: rockabilly. Rockabilly, that's a fun word. In the 1950s, Wanda Jackson was known as the Queen of Rockabilly. That means she was a badass. That's a fun word too. That's one you might want to use outside and when you're all by yourself. Glenn Campbell had a big hit with this song in 1970, but Wanda Jackson did it in 1969. Here's her version of Try a Little Kindness.
If you see your brother standing by the road with a heavy load from the seeds he sowed, if you see your sister falling by the way, just stop and say, you're going the wrong way. You've got to try a little kindness, just show a little kindness, shine your light for everyone to see. And if you try a little kindness, you'll overlook the blindness of the narrow-minded people on the narrow-minded street. Don't walk around the down and out. Lend a helping hand instead of doubt. And the kindness that you show every day will help someone along their way. You've got to try a little kindness, just show a little kindness, shine your light for everyone to see. And if you try a little kindness, you'll overlook the blindness of the narrow-minded people on the narrow-minded street. You've got to try a little kindness, yes, show a little kindness, shine your light for everyone to see. And if you try a little kindness, you'll overlook the blindness of the narrow-minded people on the narrow-minded street.
That's Wanda Jackson. Try a little kindness. You know, it's nice when someone can sing you a song like that and make you feel good in your insides. Well, by now, you might have noticed my shirt. You might be saying to yourself, inside yourself, boy, I wished I had one of them Rope Walker Country Star t-shirts for myself. And I wouldn't blame you none. But to tell you the truth, this here's my shirt. I'm Rope Walker Country Star. Well, you might grow up one day to be a country star too, and then you may have a shirt that says your name, Country Star too. But for now, you got to be you, and I got to be me. Let's sing a little song about that, shall we? You got to be you, and I got to be me. There ain't nobody else that we can be. You can be what you want, but don't be a wannabe. You got to be you, and I got to be me. You can be a carpenter ant or a bumblebee, a little brown stick or a Christmas tree. You can be a member of the proletariat or the bourgeoisie, but you got to be you, and I got to be me. You can have tuberculosis or an STD, hepatitis C or hepatitis B, be the jolly green giant or just a little green pea, but you got to be you, and I got to be me. Yes, you got to be you, I got to be me. There ain't nobody else that we can be. You can be what you want, but don't be a wannabe. You got to be you, and I got to be me. You can be a mud puddle or the great China Sea, big old tub of lard or a skeleton key. You can join the Girl Scouts or the AARP, but you gotta be you, I got to be me. Well, you can have you some kids or get a vasectomy or stay alone at home and watch TV. You can be the apex or the apogee, but you got to be you, and I got to be me. Yes, you got to be you, I got to be me. There ain't nobody else that we can be. You can't be what you want, but don't be a wannabe. You got to be you, I got to be me. You got to be you. You got to be you, I got to be me. Do you sometimes sing along when I sing a song like that you particularly like? I hope you do, because singing along is something good neighbors do together. Something else good neighbors do together is share. They share. And before, when I told you that I have this shirt and you couldn't have one, that might have made you feel a little bit yucky inside. Well, now I'd like to make you feel a little bit better. What I have for you, neighbor, is a brand new shirt from the Rope Walker Radio Show. I'm going to hold it up so you can see it there at home as you're listening. That's the Rope Walker Radio Show shirt. You can have your very own. All you got to do is share with me $20 and $5.65 for shipping. Then you can wear your Rope Walker Radio Show shirt for your neighbors to see, and they can tune in too. I bet you feel better already. You know, Mr. Warner Mack has a little something else to tell us about being a good neighbor. Mr. Mack was a not-so-famous country star from the 1960s. He had some hits, and one of his hits was called Be a Good Neighbor Every Day. Mr. Mack is going to play that song for us right now on his record.
Be good to your neighbor every day and lend a helping hand along the way. Try to understand them come what may. So be good to your neighbor every day. You never know what someone's going through until you've had to walk in their shoes. And sometimes a word of kindness from you may be the thing they need to see them through. So be good to your neighbor every day and lend a helping hand along the way. Try to understand them come what may. Oh, be good to your neighbor every day. If you'll wear a smile and not a frown, a ray of happiness can be found. And if there comes a time that you're down, you'll find you've got a friend to come around. So be good to your neighbor every day and lend a helping hand along the way. Try to understand them come what may. Oh, be good to your neighbor every day. Yes, be good to your neighbor every day.
Be a good neighbor every day. Do you like to say Mr. Mack? Mr. Mack. Mr. Mack, Mr. Mack, Mr. Mack. I can say that a lot of times sometimes, especially when I drink my coffee in the morning. Well, just like I promised you before, we're going to go behind the scenes now and take a look behind the radio show. Hello, neighbor. We're backstage at the Rope Walker Radio Show. You know, making a moving picture radio show is a complicated and complex process that demands the latest technology and sophistication of its practitioners. This is our moving picture camera setup. This shot shows the 1-gallon paint can tripod steadier at work steadying. The show is filmed on the iPhone SE with cutting-edge 2016 technology and a 1.2 megapixel rear-facing camera. That's 1.2 megapixels, not just your 1.2 pixels, which are sometimes used in your harder-to-see-anything radio shows. Here's some shots of our little workhorse in situ. Camera steadier and holder-on-tos in the kitchen segment of the show. Be careful with that pointy knife there, neighbor. When it comes to cooking, the recipe for a successful kitchen shoot is a technological automated wonder. Here are some of the wires we use at the radio station. They go outside. It's really complicated. Here's a behind-the-scenes picture of our studio audience. And here's an audience watching Rope Walker spin the hits in 3D. Here's a look behind the scene at Rope Walker's guitar, just the way Rope sees it, from behind. Here's a bottle of 10 High whiskey, from behind. And a vinyl record, from behind. That's side 2, or as we say in the industry, the B-side. It's not just moving pictures. The radio show has talking and live music. It's recorded with the industry standard internal mic system of the SE. We also have this handy microphone. This long part here is called a boom, and it brings the microphone right up close to the action. The show is filmed, edited, musically recorded, mixed, and spliced together with the SE. The SE also makes phone calls to friends. It has a built-in flashlight, and you can hunt for Pokemons and check your stock portfolio performance as well. Now a word from our producers about how best to enjoy the radio show. Just because it's a radio show does not mean that it is best experienced on a radio device. This is a radio, and so is this, but you can't see the Rope Walker show here. The show is filmed with a 4.5-inch screen, so it's best to view it on a compatible or comparable screen. This is a telephone, but it will not get good reception of the Rope Walker show. This is a modern telephone, but same. This is old, but good. This is too crackety-uppy. This is the right size, but it's made of wood. This'll work. This big phone will start to make the radio show look blurry. The radio show is filmed in HD 720p's. That's a lot of P's, but not that many. If you watch Rope Walker on this, it might look blurry. This size screen is fuzzy too. This could be really hazy, misty, foggy, smoky, faint, unclear, ill-defined, and out of focus. It's best to enjoy the Rope Walker radio show as small as it really is. Watch it on your compact telephone viewing device. Thanks for joining us backstage. Well, that was fascinating, wasn't it? You know, running a radio show is a really big job. Well, neighbor, did you ever have a little rough feeling inside, like you needed a place to go where it was safe and warm and welcome? A place to go and hide out? Well, that place is called a place of refuge. Our last song today is a song about a place just like that. It's by Mr. Tom Waits. It's a song about refuge and redemption. It's off Mr. Waits' album, The Mule Variations from 1999. The song is called Come On Up to the House.
Well, the moon is broken and the sky is cracked. Come on up to the house. The only things that you can see is all that you lack. Come on up to the house. Oh, your crying don't do no good. Come on up to the house. Come down off the cross. We can use the wood. You gotta come on up to the house. Come on up to the house. Come on up to the house. The world is not my home. I'm just a passing through. You got to come on up to the house. There's no light in the tunnel, no irons in the fire. Come on up to the house. And you're singing lead soprano in a junk man's choir. You got to come on up to the house. Doesn't life seem nasty, brutish and short? Come on up to the house. The seas are stormy and you can't find no port. Got to come on up to the house. Yeah. You gotta come on up to the house. Come on. to the house where you know you should surrender, but you can't let it go. You gotta come on up to the house. Yeah. Gotta come on up to the house. Gotta come on up to the house. The world is not my home, I'm just a passing through. You gotta come on up to the house. Gotta come on up to the house. You gotta come on up to the house.
A song like that gives you a real good feeling inside. It's a good feeling like maybe when you're in a hot tub with a big fat cigar and you're looking up at the palm trees, and maybe you remember in 1979 and your future was stretching out there in front of you like a panorama of endless opportunities and wavy blonde hair. Well, it's something like that. It's a good feeling. Well, doggone on it, we're out of time. I'm glad you stopped by for this little visit. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I know I sure did. You'll have to come on up to the house again sometime. We'll have some more good tunes and some more good times. Well, I hope you had some fun, but now it's time to go. Take it easy, friend, remember, take it slow. See you, Lady Hater, on the next big show. That's your Rope Walker Radio. Rope Walker Radio. Well, neighbor, by now I got a pretty good feeling inside. I hope you'll come on back and see us another time sometime.